At this time, I would like to invite forward all the young and the young at heart who have good enough knees to sit on the floor with me. Anna, Gigi, we see you. Gigi. Where's Anna, na, 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 na? Anna, na, 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 na. There's Anna, na, na, na. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so today we heard two stories about how to get along with other people. Now, one of the stories reminded us of the rules that God gave us way at the beginning of time. And in Godly Play, you learn these rules as the 10 ways. Who can tell me any of the 10 ways? Ashling. Love your neighbor as yourself. What else? Who knows another one? I know you know them, you guys, seriously. Jane? Love God. Excellent. What else? You shall not commit murder. An excellent one. Ashling? Do not want what others have. Good. What else? Don't take people's what? Don't take people's food. Do not steal. Excellent, Anana. What else? Anybody out there, grown-ups? Don't destroy their houses. That's right. Good. Excellent. What else? Jane. Love your father and your mother. Excellent. Be nice to mean people. Excellent. Well done. Don't commit crimes. Excellent. That's right. There's one that everybody messes up a lot. Do not take the name of the Lord in vain. What does that mean? Help your dad do work. Good. It does not mean what we think it means. We think it means don't swear, but it doesn't. It means don't swear on God unless you mean it. So don't say, in the name of God, I testify that I am the smartest person in the world. That is taking the name of your Lord God in vain, because it is. Simply lying. Everyone's smart. Good. What, Ashling? Oh, she's giving me an intelligence test. I refuse to take it on the grounds that it might incriminate me. Okay, now, don't force people to work for you. That's right, very good. Excellent. You've got them all and more. Okay, so in the second story we heard, they asked God about, what do I do if I get into a fight with someone? Say sorry is excellent. What does Jesus say to do? Come on, you were standing there with the candles when I read it. Ashling. You forgot. That's all right. The grown-ups probably forgot too. Come on, Liam. What else? Thank you for the intermission break. Any of the grown-ups? What? Dick, turn the other cheek. Yes, but that is true, but not in today's gospel. Yes. Gigi. That's good. Don't steal other people's cake when it's their birthday. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little help with this one. Jesus says if you have a problem with someone, you should talk to them. And then, if they won't listen to you, you go and get a couple of your friends from church to go with you so that everybody can try and help solve the problem. And if that doesn't work, you bring in more people from your church community to help you, right? And then, if that person still won't listen, you tell them, you got to obey the rules or we can't let you come here, right? Because we live in community, right? We all love each other. So we have to have some rules to follow so that we get along together. Okay, so I want to tell you a story about people getting mad at each other. You want to hear it? Okay, good, excellent. You ready? Once upon the time, there were two twin sisters. And their mother got tired of working for the military, and she bought herself a farm. Well, wait, you got to hear the story. So she said, I'm getting a little old, and I'm too tired to farm anymore because you children have worn me out. So you guys need to take over. So I want you, the only thing is I want you to never argue with each other. I want you guys to get along and do this together. And they said, of course we will get along with each other and we will be good friends. And they were for a while. And then one of them said something that the other one didn't like. And they had a big fight. And they stopped talking to each other. And they didn't talk to each other for years and years and years. No, they stopped talking to each other because they were mad at each other. That's right. It's sad, right? And then one day, one of the sisters, one of the twins was at her house, and this guy showed up. And this guy said, I'm a handyman. I am needing some work. Do you have any work that I can do? And the sister said, what can you do? And he said, well, the thing I'm best at is building things. So the sister said, okay, you can build a fence. I want you to build a big fence between my half of the farm and her half of the farm, and then I never even have to look at her face anymore. So then the sister went off to work. And when she came back, she stopped and she said, that person is no good. He didn't build a fence. He built a bridge. And the other sister just then came across the bridge and said, my sister, na. You built a bridge even after I said that mean thing to you. You built a bridge so that I could come over and we could be friends again, and gave her a big hug. And after that, they were always friends again. Now, the sister that had asked for the big bridge, the big fence, here's Stan for the story. The sister who had come because they wanted the big fence went to the carpenter and said to the carpenter, you do good work. I have a lot more work for you to do. And the carpenter said, I'm sorry, I can't stay. I have a lot of work to do other places. Okay, so you guys, who do you think that carpenter was? Ashling. Jesus. Why do you think it was Jesus? Ashling. He had other work to do. That's right. What do you think of the story about what he did when he's supposed to build a fence and he built a bridge? Anybody? Why did he build a bridge instead of a fence? Sandre. So he could reunite them. Excellent. So he could reunite them. He built a bridge instead of a fence. And I think it's Jesus too. And I think he understood those two sisters having a fight. And he knew that something had to happen for them to stop fighting with each other, right? Okay, now, have you guys ever had a fight with anyone? No, you've never had a fight with either of your sisters? Ashling says yes. Okay, who has ever had a fight with someone? Okay, you guys, you're going to have to put the balloons away if you can't settle. You got to settle. Few more questions. Who here has ever had a fight with someone? Faith has, Dan has, Emily, Jane, Chandra, everybody has, right? How many out there have had a fight with And how many of you have said, I just cannot talk to this person. I'm just going to cut them off. I am going to unfriend them. Anybody? Unfriended them. Yes, Liam, ask your question. Yes. And then what do you do after you fight? Okay, so if you can't talk to each other, you do what Jesus said. You go and get someone else from your community to help you. In your case, your dad, right? Good, you're doing what Jesus said to do. Okay, so sometimes, really especially true for grown-ups, it's really scary. Some of the grown-ups at 8 o'clock said, it's very scary to go to someone that you've had an argument with and to tell them the truth. It's much easier to kind of pretend it didn't happen and just not talk to that person when you don't have to. And it's much, much easier to go on the internet and complain about that person, isn't it? Right? So that's not what Jesus wants us to do. What does Jesus want us to do? Ashling on the floor. Apologize to them. What else? Emily and Stan? Love each other and talk to each other. All right. So he wants us to build bridges instead of fences. So who thinks that's a good idea? And who is willing to try that out? That's right, just like in Frozen, except for with the high notes. All right, how many people out there are willing to give it a try? Build bridges instead of fences, even though it's very hard. Excellent, we all agree. And what do we say in church when we agree? Amen. All right, off you go.